Hello and welcome to our webinar for the DRA3, the Developmental Reading Assessment 3rd edition. My name is Tina Eichstedt, Senior Product Manager for Pearson and the DRA3. I'm here with DRA3 authors Joetta Beaver and Mark Carter, and I want to welcome you both.
Hi, Tina. Thank you.
Hello, and we say welcome to each of you who are joining us today. We're going to be talking about the DRA word analysis and progress monitoring assessments. And because it's rather detailed, we're going to be hiding ourselves and we'll be reading as you view the slides. So thank you for your patience.
That's wonderful. And just as a sidebar for others who are watching this today, this is actually part 2 of a longer webinar that Joetta and Mark are doing for us. So the part 1 relates to the benchmark assessment for DRA3. And as Joetta just mentioned, this part 2 webinar is the second stage of the rest of the assessment. So if you missed part 1, we encourage you to go back to our website and find that webinar as well. Joetta and Mark, take it away.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Word analysis and progress monitoring are additional components in the DRA K3 and 4-8 kits. These assessments are intended to be used in conjunction with the benchmark assessment for students who are reading below grade level expectations. They enable teachers to gather information on skill development and monitor incremental progress throughout the year. A teacher guide and Blackline Masters provide directions for these assessments. These 2 assessments may also be used as standalone assessments.
DRA word analysis was first published in 2005. Word analysis is an assessment for emerging readers who are learning how speech and print are related, about letter-sound relationships, and how to attend to letters and words in texts. It is also for struggling readers who are unable to read grade-level texts because of their ineffective word analysis skills and strategies.
Kindergarten teachers may choose to administer the initial word analysis task to determine students' proficiency in phonological awareness, letter names and sounds before giving the DRA3 benchmark assessment. For all students who are reading below grade level expectations on the DRA3 due to ineffective decoding skills, the word analysis assessment is given after the benchmark assessment.
DRA3 word analysis assessment helps teachers determine emerging and struggling readers' level of control in the following 5 areas: phonological awareness, a critical foundational skill in reading acquisition;
Metalanguage, language used to talk about printed language concepts;
letter and high-frequency word recognition;
phonics;
and structural analysis and syllabication. The tasks, as much as possible, reflect what developing readers need to know and do to successfully problem-solve unknown words. There are 40 brief assessment tasks to assess a student's level of control in the 5 areas. These tasks monitor how developing readers are progressing in specific word analysis skills that proficient readers control. Some of the tasks are: in phonological awareness, students are assessed in their ability to identify rhyming words and alliterations and to segment words into parts. In the metalanguage section, students are asked to demonstrate their understanding of language used to talk about basic printed language concepts, such as words, letters, vowels, and consonants. For example, a teacher asked the student to point to an uppercase letter or the first letter of a specific word in a sentence.
In the letter and high-frequency word recognition section, students are assessed in their ability to recognize, name, and form upper and lowercase letters, as well as to read high-frequency words. In the phonics strand, students are asked to segment words into syllables, use onset, rhyme, and spelling patterns to decode words. In this strand, they are also asked to identify and use initial sounds, blends, and identify words with long or short vowels. In the structural analysis and syllabication strand, students are assessed in their ability to identify and isolate word parts such as affixes, root words, and syllables to decode multisyllabic words.
Each assessment in word analysis is sequenced in order of difficulty. For example, learning letter names and their corresponding sounds is an important first step in the reading process. Letter sound knowledge is prerequisite to effective word identification. The letters in this task are arranged so the more challenging letters are in the last two rows. A record of response form is included for recording students' responses for each task assessed. Teachers may determine the student's level of control of the skill assessed using the scoring guide.
A student cumulative record helps teachers document students' level of control on the various word analysis tasks over time. The levels of control indicate a student's growing ability and identify skills in need of future instruction. When a student controls the skill assessed, they demonstrate that they understand and are able to apply it independently.
After the assessment, teachers can use a Focus for Instruction page. It provides instructional ideas for each skill included in the assessment. For example, if a student demonstrates little or some control of decoding long vowels, a teacher may select that skill as a focus for further instruction. When teachers identify student instructional needs, develop a thoughtful plan of action, and then implement developmentally appropriate learning experiences, there will be observable shifts in how students respond the next time they are assessed. There are examples of how to introduce, scaffold, and reinforce the student's learning for the various tasks within each strand in the back of the teacher guide.
Students who find learning to read challenging need to have numerous repeated learning experiences before they truly understand and control a concept or skill. 2 or 3 experiences are not enough. It's important for teachers to teach, reteach, review, and reassess until the student demonstrates control of the various word analysis tasks. At the same time, teachers should also provide students with ample text on their independent level to read. In the context of reading connected text for meaningful purposes, developing readers not only become more proficient in using what they've learned, but also often extend their own learning.
Another part of the DRA3 is the Progress Monitoring Assessment. The Progress Monitoring Assessment provides a standardized procedure to monitor the progress of 2nd through 6th grade readers who are reading below grade level expectations and who require additional careful monitoring and instruction in order to make progress. This assessment can be administered frequently to document students' progress in specific skill areas over time.
Similar to the DRA3 benchmark assessment, the Progress Monitoring Assessment utilizes both fiction and nonfiction passages. During the assessment, oral reading fluency is monitored. In the comprehension section, students are asked to retell fiction passages and identify main ideas and supporting details in nonfiction passages. They also respond to comprehension prompts that target text structures and vocabulary. Graphic organizers are also provided to help teachers teach and students to practice these skills.
There are 95 one-page progress monitoring passages, generally read in 3 or few minutes. For levels 4 through 18, there are 20 passages. And for levels 20 through 60, there are 15 passages at each level. This abundance of passages gives teachers many opportunities for ongoing evaluation and instruction. Progress monitoring passages 4 through 18 are first grade level passages intended to be used with second or third grade students who are reading below an established benchmark. Passages 20, 30, and 40, and so forth, are intended for intermediate or middle school students who are reading well below grade level expectations. After a student reads a passage and completes the assessment, the passage may be used for instruction. For example, the student may reread the passage to work on aspects of fluency.
A scoring continuum is included below each area assessed on the teacher observation guide. This enables teachers to immediately analyze and evaluate the student's performance, as well as identify what the student needs to learn next. Teachers will need to prioritize if students are instructional in more than one area. These students also need to have numerous repeated learning experiences before they truly understand and control a concept or skill. Once again, 2 or 3 experiences may not be enough. It's important for teachers to teach, reteach, review, and reassess until the student demonstrates control of the concept or the skill being taught.
Progress monitoring assessment assesses a wide variety of skills and behaviors. A scope and sequence chart is included to help teachers see the specific skills assessed in each passage. Some of the word reading skills include decoding words with short vowels, R-controlled vowels, prefixes, and multisyllabic words.
Some of the vocabulary skills assessed are multiple meaning words, context clues, synonyms, and root words. In the comprehension, students are assessed each time on their ability to identify story elements or a nonfiction text structure such as compare and contrast and cause effect. They also either retell or summarize what they have read. These assessments are completed orally in a one-on-one conference.
Progress monitoring, student fluency progress chart, and recording form help teachers to monitor students' progress through the levels and throughout the school year, as well as group students with the same instructional needs. Once again, progress monitoring passages may be used after the assessment to teach and reinforce a skill. For example, students may highlight sequence words or circle descriptive words or phrases right on a copy of the assessment passage. The passages are also the perfect length for students to reread in order to become more fluent, to increase their automaticity in recognizing high-frequency words, or to practice grouping words into longer, meaningful phrases. Graphic organizers are included in the back of the teacher guide to help students learn and apply and practice needed skills.
In wrapping up, the 3 assessments included in the DRA3 kits, K3 and 4.8, they each have distinct purposes. The benchmark assessment enables teachers to identify each student's independent reading grade level and instructional needs. The word analysis gives teachers a way to systematically observe how emerging and struggling readers attend to and work with various components of spoken and written words, and provides directions and examples for instruction.
Progress monitoring provides a standardized procedure with multiple passages for teachers to monitor the progress of struggling readers in 2nd through 6th grades, Tier 2 and Tier 3 students, and to inform instruction. We hope this webinar has given you a better understanding of how each component of the DRA3 enhances a teacher's ability to assess, plan, and monitor each student's progress as a reader.
Thanks for listening, and thank you, teachers, for all that you do. We understand and appreciate the level of commitment, effort, and dedication it takes to be an effective teacher of reading in today's classroom.
And yes, thank you to all of the administrators who value and support the use of authentic assessments such as the DRA3.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, both of you, for all your time and effort, not only in putting this webinar together, but in your decades of work and as professionals in schools and teachers of reading. And just having you with us today gives us a really clear view of what the DRA3 can really mean for schools and districts today. Any final comments that either of you would like to make just about word analysis and progress monitoring in general in this recording today?
Well, we think that the three assessments work so well hand in hand together with each other. The benchmark assessment to find a student's independent level, word analysis to continue to help students that are not making the progress that we hope they will, and progress monitoring for a continuing assessment procedure that gives teachers many different kinds of passages to use with kids. So we think it's a very complete reading assessment for teachers to use in classrooms.
That's great.
I would agree. So thank you again. We truly are very appreciative of all the hard work of teachers and administrators in the public and private schools throughout our nation.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching too.
That's wonderful. And thank you again on behalf of Pearson for your time in watching this video today. And I hope that with me, you'll appreciate just the depth and the breadth of the DRA3 as it is available today. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day.